Hey, it's Kesha. Welcome and welcome back. So this is going to be a little more interactive than I think you're used to seeing. Um, but I mentioned I did this technique on myself to a friend of mine, and well, she wanted it, and I figured the rest of you do too. So let me first start by pointing out just a couple of tools. Obviously, the best tools and the most accessible that we have are going to be these right here. They work really, 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 really well. In fact, they work so well, and it's going to feel so good that you're probably going to want to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And for that, we have these other things. Now, it doesn't have to be this particular tool. I just happen to have this, and I like that it's got a blunt end that's round, and then the ball end that's a little bit wider. So if I really want to, it's a sensitive area. And I don't want to apply a lot of pressure, but I'm not trying to get to just one little point. The wider base of the round end tends to work a little better. But if there's something that's like just this precise little point that I want to dig into, this end is great for that. Another tool that I have that's good is a selenite wand. This is a pencil wand, but they make these in all sizes. They sometimes come a little thinner diameter than this, if you want to get really pinpoint, and there's some that are much fatter, again mimicking the broadness of the ball point here. So if you happen to come across a selenite wand, or you want to reach out to me, I can always get you one, because I have plenty of them and I know where to get them. So yeah, these are great. They usually come with a more rounded tip and then a more pointy end. I tend not to use the pointy end for this particular exercise. They're good for another type of healing and acupressure that I do. But for this, we would be using the more blunt end. And honestly, if I had access to it, I would be using one of my fatter ones for this, but this will work just as well. And you use what you have. So anything that approximates these shapes, experiment with, and I think you'll find success. So what we're going to be doing is working on all of the points around the ear to help stimulate and thus relax our vagus nerve. What that's going to do for us is, well, I'm going to let you look up vagus nerve, and I'll put some points in the description box. But basically, you know what? I think we ought to just do it. And once you do it and feel the result, what it is and what it does will become evident. Some things you just need to experience, and this one, if you haven't ever massaged your ears quite this way and pulled on this way, is going to be quite an experience. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my glasses off, because we don't do this glasses on, not when I get really serious. And I'll just turn to the side so you can kind of see. When we start with our hands, it's usually I just start at the top of the ear and I will pull up, right? And just pull the ear up and around. We don't get that feeling that often. And when we think of our ears being pulled, it's usually in some form of punishment. I've had a couple massage therapists that do it because they know it feels good. But yeah, you just want to, pull up and around your ear, grabbing it at the base. Like if you see, I'm grabbing it here at the base of my, the back of the ear, and then pulling out. And you want to gentle pressure squeezing, or as hard as you feel comfortable doing. It's one of those things that hurts so good. So if you want to go harder, you can. You don't have to go hard right off the bat, but if it feels good, do it, right? Pulling on the earlobe, to pull that down and maybe massage it around a little bit. That feels good. Ooh, it does. Right? You might have noticed when you were pulling on this part of the ear, the cartilage, that might have been really sensitive. I know for me, this is where the meat of it is and where it hurts the most, but like I said, it hurts good. So I tend to spend a lot of time there. So again, just pinching between the fingers and kind of rolling it around on the thumb. That's kind of where I start, right? Something else I like to do is take my ear and see I'm pinching it down. I will pinch it down around where the cartilage is. This is really sensitive and it hurts a lot, so I'm gentle at first, but the more I do it, the harder I can go at it. and you want to pinch both at the top of the ear and also around where the meat of that cartilage is. This, for me, right here in the center, that's the sweet spot where it hurts the most but hurts the best. But I also like this piece at the top, so we want to get that and kind of roll it between the thumbs as well. Right, we're going to keep working that around. Oh my God. Oh shit. Yeah, sometimes just folding it in half and squeezing is good. You know, curved motion and bringing the finger down, sometimes that feels good. You know, it's your ear, play with it, you'll figure out what feels best for you, right? And then again, for me, like the center part of the cartilage is really sensitive, so I will roll it back and forth between the thumb and forefinger, and you'll begin to, you can tell where it hurts the best, and that's where you want to concentrate your effort, right? If you're going to be using your tools, right? So stay with the fingers. I just want to point this out. So with your fingers, you're also going to massage the area, and I'll move the ear out of the way so you can see where I am. This area right here behind the ear with your finger. Lots of little connective points between, you know, your skull and this sensitive area in the ear. A lot of nerve endings over here. So just rolling the finger around, you can kind of tell, like, ooh, there's something in there, but your fingers may be too blunt, and that's where the tool comes in. So then you want to, like right there, right? Oh, dear God. And you just want to work your way down and around the ear. I'm not going to sit here and do this do my whole ear the way I would normally do it. But I just want to give you a quick tutorial as to how I do this. So yeah, we're just going to roll it, bring the tool around and hit all those points, taking as much time as you need, going as deep as you need, right? And you're going to find that, so you're going to first start really close to the back of the ear and then expand out concentrically. And eventually you're going to get to, say, this part of the head here. And right in there, you'll feel it. And you're going to be hitting some pretty sensitive acupuncture points. And especially when you're using a tool, you'll feel like it'll be like hard bone and then an indentation. That's where your cranial bones are meeting up. So a lot of the points are like right in those crevices. You'll want to get in there. We store a lot of tension and pain in those little pockets. So getting a tool like this in there is going to feel really good. The more that you do this area, it's going to radiate outwards, and you're going to notice that your shoulders were up here, they start to relax. You're probably going to want to work down into the neck at some point. And I can, usually just use the tool and stroke down. Or if I have my fingers, I might just pinch going down the neck right into, and then start rolling into the top of the traps here. The tool works for that as well. I might come up and into, the center of the head is good, right? Working my way down. This will, depending on how much time I have and what I'm doing, it might work into the eyebrows. Like that could be particularly sensitive. And I tell, I've had a bunch of stuff going on today. So this vein coming down across my forehead was particularly sensitive. But since I started working on my ear and filming this video, that's already stopped throbbing. So there's those correspondences. So you just want to work into that as well if it's hurting. But just gentle circular motions, kind of digging in. And if you go millimeter by millimeter, you're going to eventually, you'll feel like, oh, you're getting close to something. And then whoop, you're going to land in it. And it's going to feel like, whoa. And the whole thing is going to open up. And you're just going to feel like this warmth coming or flowing all through the body. Yeah. Whoa. Right? And then, of course, you do both sides. And, once you've done both ears, you're going to, rotate your neck and kind of move it all around and just, roll your shoulders and shrug them forward and back to release everything. So, yeah, that's what I do. And it releases a lot of tension in the vagus nerve that we hold and is a fantastic reset. So I hope you find this helpful. And yeah, let me know what your sensations were like. I'd be curious. And also give some ideas about what different tools that people, give me some ideas about the different tools that you've used. Maybe that will spark something in somebody else if they can't seem to figure out what to use. Alrighty then, my loves. I will talk to you next time around. Bye.